Another video. I'm so excited that you are here. Let's get right into it. So on today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to create your very own DIY silk screen, but how to create the actual print. I get this question asked so many times on that video that I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and create a video showing you exactly how I create my very own designs or where you can find amazing designs. So let's get right into it. Hey girl, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been a part of the Oh So Pretty squad, I'm so glad that you're back. If you want to join the squad, all you gotta do is hit that subscribe button and you are in. On this channel, I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of my handmade accessories business, as well as give you helpful tips and helpful information for running a small handmade or product-based business. So don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Let's create something oh so pretty. Okay, so the first place I go is to Canva. If you've never heard of Canva.com, I don't know, maybe you've been living under a rock. But this is where I go because number one, you can find amazing patterns that you can use, or you can use Canva to create amazing patterns that you can use. So this is what I'm going to show you how to do. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to the elements that's here on the left hand side, and there you're going to put in pattern. Pattern, you're going to pull it up and it's going to show you all the different patterns. You can click on pattern background, you can click on geometric patterns, so many different options that is there that you can choose from. I would say the number one thing that you want to be sure of is that the pattern is a big enough pattern and is not too busy so that when you go to use it on your Cricut, you can actually cut it out and not, number one, it just be super hard to cut out, or number two, it's just almost impossible if it's layered and different things like that. So you want to make sure you're pulling a clean design. So these are two designs that I just pulled out to show you. But there's so many different options that you can choose. I mean, so many different options. Like this is another option you can choose. If you ever find that a design is not big enough, you can always double it. So you can always copy this and then pull it down here to kind of really continue that off. Or another thing you can do is flip it. And then if you flipped it, you can also just go and make another one to kind of match up here on this side, something like that is what you could do. Or you can, if you want it really big, you can just go and you can just make it big enough so it goes over the whole entire screen. One thing I want to say is you want to keep all of your edges in. Keep all of your edges in your design. You don't want your design to go past the edge. If it does, it's fine because we can create a border inside of Cricut, but just so whenever you are weeding the design, it is not it's not endless. It needs to have some type of border. So when you put it on your silk screen, if you watch my previous video, you will know. I'm going to link this video down below, but also link it in the card so that if you don't know what I'm talking about, or if you don't even know why I'm making this video, you can go and watch that video first to learn like, what am I even talking about? So there are tons of different options here that you can look for. Like I said, stay away from too busy of a pattern because you will need to weed the whole thing. So just be careful. I think that one was too busy. So just be very careful on like the design you pick so it's not too much for you to have to weed and really be able to separate the design, if you know what I mean. Watch the other video. This is a good one. Like clean, where you can clearly see the difference between the two shapes is your best option. There's some white space or some clear space in between each line. You don't want to get anything that's too textured or have like things on top of you that pattern on top of patterns, because it's just going to be very hard to weed. Or you might have to do two different screen prints and layer your screen print if that's something that you want to achieve a more layered look. All right, so that's how you do it. This one I've already created, but I'll show you again how I do this. So this is one I created from scratch. So basically I've taken a bunch of little different shapes and I put them together. So you can go to your elements section and you can go to lines and shapes. And then you have all of these shapes in here that you can pull together to create a design. So say I want to create something that's super custom. I'm going to just create something with all of these because you already see this one right here where I created with a bunch of different circles and all different things. I created using some of these different things like this and this over here to create design. But say I wanted to create something a little bit more simpler. I could do something like this, and I would just create one line of your design, and I'm going to tell you why. Easy something that you can do. I'm just hitting Command and copy, Command C to copy the design. Okay, if I'm gonna just keep it super simple. If this is something I'm like, okay, great, I like that pattern. If I want to continue with that, now, oops, let me go back. If I want to continue with that, I'm gonna first go to group, and then I'm gonna copy this group, and then I'm gonna be able to move this over and be like, bam, that's a whole design. If I'm like, okay, I want to take that down even more of a notch. So what I could do is I can make this smaller. Let's go ahead and group this. I don't know why this is not making this smaller. That's strange, but generally you can make it smaller. I don't know why it's not making it smaller right now. Let me try another one. Nope. Is it its capacity? Probably the type of shape it is. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. I'm gonna copy this over here. Okay, so it probably just goes to a certain length. Okay, so I'm gonna just say if I want to intermingle these two designs, I could do something like this. I could do something like that and like, okay, that seemed like a good design. Now I can copy that. If I wanted to, I could group all of these together. And then once they're grouped, I can flip them. If I want to stagger the design. Good. Okay, and so that can make a cool design. And so now I would just I would make this whole little section a group, and now I would copy that group and bring it down. I just want to make sure everything is super lined up. If this is going great, then I would just copy that whole section and just bring it down. Oh, I didn't bring all of it down. Oopsie. So I would copy that whole section. And while that section is still highlighted, I would bring it down. And now I have a whole little pattern that I've created. From scratch, I will need to weed all this. So I just made sure all the spaces was, equal and not too small of a print. So then from there, you would take this and you would download it as a SVG or a PNG, either one, even a JPEG. Cricut takes a bunch of different formats. So I would probably do like a PNG. I would do a transparent background, and then I would hit download. And then now you can easily take this print and put it in your Cricut. So you could easily upload this to your Cricut. So that's another pattern I already have in there. But say if I want to upload this next one, because another great thing with this is you can easily do multiple patterns on one sheet of vinyl. So it'll make it super easy, and you just weed one time and just cut everything out. So that was easy to do. Let's go ahead and copy that pattern, whatever. I might have downloaded the wrong one. Let's see. I might have downloaded number 1. I think I did. Download number 4. That's what I probably did. Try it again. Yeah, that's what I did. Alright. Save that to my desktop. Something else. Okay, so that is done. And from there, I'll go into my Cricut, and then I'll find that on my desktop. I'll drag that in. All right, so that's great. It is ready to go in. I'll just say complex, just to make sure everything stays intact. Background remover, apply, continue, cut image, and then I'll go to upload. So now it's ready. I can add this to the canvas. Now we want to make this much smaller. And so here we are, we have 2 prints that we can print together. And so the only thing now is you want to put a background on this, just so that you can have something to keep everything contained in. So I would just take a basic shape, square, whatever. You would put it behind your image. And then arrange this into the back. Okay. Then once you have those 2 things, you just want to go ahead and slice and attach your background and the design, so that now you have like a little border. So whenever the Cricut cuts it out, it's going to cut out that square around the design. So that way, you know, you're cutting that out of the vinyl. So you have a nice, perfect little square piece whenever you get ready to weed it out and then attach your mesh to it. So now it is ready to make, and now it's going to cut out along that line, that square around it, but also it's going to cut out the design inside the middle as well. And so this is easy how you do it. Like I said, it's so easy to create your very own designs to go to. If you are saying, I don't really have time to look or find designs, or they just don't have what I need at Canva, this is a way that you can purchase patterns. And this is creativemarket.com, where you can go in. I just want to go in, you can search patterns, and from there you're going to be able to find different patterns. One right here that just stands out at me is this geometric pattern. They have a bunch of different, this is a whole bundle. So this has 200 geometric patterns for $12. And so as you can see, they have all different patterns. Some maybe can work, some maybe not. So this is where you can kind of start to look and weed out different patterns. Polka dots, you have these other polka dot patterns, like tons of different patterns that you can choose from. Obviously, like I said in the beginning, don't pick things that are too like stacked on top of each other. Make sure there's good space, because it's just going to be very hard to weed and, you know, really be able to tell what the pattern is once you do weed it and you put it on the mesh. You can double up you can make 2 different silk screen to, you know, get a layered effect, but I would stay away from the layer effect, you know, patterns or too busy patterns, because it's just going to be harder for you to weed it out. So I would stay away from like a terrazzo, but you can make a terrazzo, make 2 different layers of the terrazzo, and then layer the silk screens on top. So do one where you have the bigger squares, but then if you want to go back over and layer squares on top of squares, then you can use another silk screen to do that. And so this pattern actually doesn't have too much layering. One that I saw earlier had a lot of layering, but this actually would probably be great for a silk screen because there are not a lot of layers on top of each other for this particular terrazzo. So this could work. But there was another terrazzo that I saw earlier when I was looking like this one. This is one I would say is kind of like a no-no because they are kind of layered on top of each other. But if you took 2 of the other patterns that I just showed you, did 2 different silk screen and layered them on top of each other, then you could easily get this look, but with the 2 different screens. So, you know, whenever you're weeding and cutting it out, obviously you can't really cut out, you know, something from a negative space. So I hope this makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain, but like I said, I would definitely look at my previous video that I created, and then it would give you better insight on what you're even creating right now. So that's what I want you to do. Have fun looking for different patterns. There's so many different ones out here. And also you can also come here, look for different patterns, and then maybe recreate a pattern on Canva if you want to do it completely for free. So I hope this video was helpful. Leave me any comments below and let me know if you have any additional questions or you want me to create a video on something else around the same subject. I would love to do that for you. Hopefully this answered a lot of questions that I've been getting, you know, on my videos for a while now, or on that video for a while now. So see you in my next video. Peace out.